Welcome to Cronkite Sports Now on Facebook Live. I'm Skye Merida. Thanks for joining us. Suns coach Earl Watson focused on athletes getting involved in the local community and bringing people together, saying, quote, "What goes on nationally is important, but at the same time, you have to do your part when you have a platform to give back." In the broadcast center, Skye Merida, Cronkite News. It's not a good sign when you have more goalie changes than wins, but that's exactly what the Arizona Coyotes have had this season. Head coach Rick Tocchet spoke about it after the loss to the New Jersey Devils on Saturday. Triano is no stranger to coaching young players, as he helped mentor a young DeMar DeRozan while he was coaching the Toronto Raptors, and a young Damian Lillard when he was the assistant coach for the Portland Trail Blazers. And he believes that the Suns' young talent has great potential as well. Like, who in the NBA do you model your game after?
Dennis Rodman, because every night he goes out there, or he used to go out there and he'd rebound, play defense, hustle, get on the floor, take charges, and not necessarily worried about points, and that's something that I do all the time.
Are you worried about fashion sense like Dennis Rodman is? Do you, learn to dye your hair or anything like that? Or
I try to. My coach doesn't let me, so. But no.
Be completely honest. Who's the better hurdler, you or your brother?
I don't know. It depends. I think my brother, but
okay.
Maybe that'll change.
Are you sure? You're not going to say you're better than him right here on camera?
I'm too humble.
Okay, there you have it. Annie Grant's incredible hurdler, sprinter, and also add a humble sister to that. Back to you, Mark. The lights were bright for a Pac-12 basketball fight on Oscar night, as Trey Holder and the Arizona State Sun Devils hosted Benny Boatwright and the USC Trojans. Unfortunately, she didn't get much help on the offensive end. The rest of the Sun Devils were ice cold. They couldn't hit from deep, they couldn't hit from mid-range, and they also couldn't score in the post. Not to mention, they were hosted to a block party every time they drove inside, leading them to shooting an abysmal 33% as a team. Former ASU kicker Zane the Goat Gonzalez threw out the first pitch as the Arizona State baseball team took on the Washington State Cougars on Thursday night in their first matchup of a 3-game series. ASU came out swinging. Literally, as the Sun Devils were hitting bombs, including this 3-run homer by Gage the Sage Canning, as ASU jumped out to a quick 6-1 lead over the Cougars after only 4 innings of play. It was all smiles on Saturday as the Arizona State Sun Devils hosted the Oregon State Beavers in a Pac-12 showdown. But while fans came in expecting a back-and-forth battle, they instead got front-row seats to a massacre. The Oregon State Beavers couldn't hit a snowflake in a blizzard, as they registered just 4 hits all game. Phoenix Suns guards Devin Booker and Tyler Ulis are best friends, doing everything from playing NBA 2K to sharing meals. The two have known each other since middle school, when they both participated in the Nike Elite 100 camp in St. Louis. They also played together at the University of Kentucky before being drafted by the Suns in consecutive years. Question: how does a man go from making a living where he rarely says a word to now being an inspirational speaker? Just ask Henry Rojas, aka the original gorilla for the Phoenix Suns. The transition from being an NBA mascot to becoming the chaplain of the Calvary Addiction Recovery Center in Phoenix may sound like an unpredictable path to most. But Rojas' journey to becoming the mascot was anything but predictable. Rojas walked away from approximately $200,000 a year when he left the Suns in 1988, after donning the gorilla suit for 8 years. But it was well worth the sacrifice for the man who is now a pastor to live out his childhood dream. Many extraordinary women have walked the halls of Xavier College Preparatory in Phoenix, from pro golfers like Heather Farr to Oscar-winning actresses like Emma Stone. Now, there's a new star on campus, Kinsey Amon. The senior has excelled at both soccer and track at Xavier. In 2017 alone, she helped the Gators win their 9th state championship, and she medaled both in the 4x800 and 4x400 relays in the track and field state finals. Beyond Eamon's many athletic achievements and academic excellence is her positive impact on those around her. And this includes her teammate Abby Hubbard, who not only considers her a friend, but a great role model. Brophy will need both the experienced vets and the blazing young guns to perform their best if they wish to reach their ultimate goal. What do you expect at the end of the season?
I expect a state championship.
Freshman spitter rocking the varsity jacket.
It remains to be seen whether or not Brophy will capture its third state title. But state championship or not, from now until the final event, they'll train, compete, and have fun as brothers, as men, and as Brophy Broncos. For Cronkite Sports, this is Skye Merida reporting.